good evening, gentlemen. Can you all hear me okay? I'm using a different microphone tonight. Is it clear or is it crackly? Evening, Simon. Evening, Ian. Is the sound clear or crackly? Is this better than the one last night? It's a bit quiet, is it? Let's see if we can turn it up. Is that better? Is that better? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome, awesome. Right, so let's get this show on the road. Let's take my glasses off and put the camera on. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Another live stream. 2 live streams in one weekend. How about that? I did say I was going to try and do a video every single day this year. It's all here. How are we, Sandy? Program. Everybody's in here. Wow, wow. Right, Espen's in here. Yeah, it is. And Carl's in on time tonight. Awesome, mate. Yeah, I had to cancel. I forgot yesterday that I made a trade-off with my lad to go to the cinema today. I thought, it'll all be good. Unfortunately, then I saw how long the film was, and I thought, I'm not going to make 8 o'clock. So, better late than never, so I put it back an hour. So, yeah, so... mate, Joe, I'm absolutely knackered, pal. But hey, that's the way it goes, mate. That's the way it goes. Hey, Dan's in here, awesome. Yoda's in here. William's in here. Kevin, Broomhill, Douglas, Josh, Bernie's here. Tony's here. Yeah, I've gone. I've taken the headphones. And I've got a different mic now, so hopefully that'll be better. Hi, yeah. Oh, somebody's even had a pint. Brilliant. Tommy's not here yet. He'll be late. He's actually been out and done a job. He's been out working today, so he's currently driving back now, full speed. So walk factor 4 he is at the minute, on his way back. We've got Martin coming in. Diagnosed Dan's kindly arranged. Oh, here's Martin now. Let's just, while Martin's there now, let's just give him a blue sword. There you go, Martin. So Martin, feel free to post links in the chat and that, mate. You might have to refresh your chat. I don't know, but you should have moderator privileges now, I think. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. There we go. So yeah, feel any of the blue wrenches, feel free to post links in the chat. We're all here to learn. We won't have any trolls in here, so it should all be good to go. So yeah, this is the GMTO ATIS software. We use it in. I've just got in, so I'm not relaxed or anything yet. I've not relaxed or anything, so I'm literally just jumped out the car and started the stream. So you'll have to forgive me. It'll take me a few minutes just to get relaxed and get into the swing of things. So yeah, so this is the ATIS software. It comes in a little box, same as everything else. Can you see that? ATIS by GMTO. Diagnostic manual. Comes disc in the box. Disc in the box with a dongle. The dongle's already in my PC because I've got the software running, and it ties in brilliantly with the TiePie scope. It's absolutely awesome. It is. So yeah, so we'll have a bit of a run through it. I'll just turn my camera off now for the minute till I'm relaxed, because you don't all want to see me flapping and scratching till I chill out. So that's me gone out the way. So yeah, so when you first launch the ATIS software, you launch it as Tommy showed you the other night. Tommy did a video and Joe did a video the other night. You launch it from a desktop icon, and I'll turn my camera back on in a bit, mate, but I think it's more important that we get as much of this on the screen as possible. So we've got the help section, which launches a web page. Scope options, which gives you add-ons and stuff like that for the different add-ons that you have with the scope. The scope itself launches the generic scope. I look much better now, thanks very much. Yeah, if you just buy the software, do you get the known good waveforms? You do, with the Pro version, I believe. So like now, if we click on brands here, and you can see we've got all the major brands are here. I've just had a little scoot through a few things, but I don't know. We'll take let's take any. Let's just take a mini. Let's see what's in a mini. It's got a mini. Let's see what an R58. Search. We can do by engine codes or whatever. So M47. Timing of cam and crankshaft. Scope measurement. Of course, my scope's open up on the other screen. So that one, there's no known good for that one. Let's have a look in history. What have we got in our history? Let's try Ford Focus. There we go. I'm on dual screens here, so everything's opening because I've had it on the other screen. So here's basically my known good. My known good cam and crank for the Focus. You can zoom in as much as we want. Drag it down. Right, okay, how much in the UK? So we'll get right to the money straight away. In the UK, you've got two versions. Can you all see that text okay, yeah? Yeah, you can. The scope will open up in a demo mode, mate. The software opens up in a demo mode. Do I like my setup on the scope screen, Martin? I'm getting used to it. I'm trying all the different colours, and that, to be honest, I like. Is it the Arctic one? I like that the best at the minute. And I'm fiddling with all the different setups on the toolbars and stuff like that. So yeah, so you've got two options in the UK. You've got the light version, which doesn't contain the brand specific information, and then you've got the Pro version, which does. To be honest, I would, me personally, I would have the lighter to minimum, but if you've got the TiePie and the Pro version, you know, if you want the you know, the known goods and all that, I've got the Pro version. It's brilliant. So yeah, so it's 135 for the light, and Tommy's offering 358 for the Pro, plus 20% off if you buy it with a scope. Oh, Eric's in the house. Eric, hang on a minute, mate. Let's give you a little present. There you go. Eric gets a blue wrench as well. Good evening, Eric. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. It really is. So yeah, so if we go back to the scope measurement, wherever it's gone, there it is. So we can we can change. You see, most people have the black scheme, so I can change it black, blue. We've seen that green one, and to be honest, the screen colours help depending on what your the screen colours help depending on stuff like glare. That's fog. I quite like that, to be honest. I quite like that colour scheme. Oh man, yeah, internet's bad. I'm all right with here. I'm on hardwired here, so it's all right. Yeah, so it's either this one, the fog one, or the Arctic one I like. I'm not sure which ones I like, but you'll see most people just using the night one. It depends on the glare. So we'll leave it on the black one for now. And then on top of that, you've got literally, you can have like this is on the default. You can change all the buttons depending on what you want, how much of a power user you are. It's really, really good. Yeah, there are wiring diagrams. There are wiring diagrams. So let's go into, I don't know. Let's just use stuff that I've already looked at. So you can see here level as a wiring diagram, as fault codes, 2 stars wiring diagram, fault code measurements, 3 stars measurements of cars. So we click on that one on the Jag. See there, we've got engine management wiring diagrams. Oh, you've got no video. Okay, mate. So yeah, so we've got wiring diagrams here, which that's pretty, on a Jag, that on an S type, that's pretty awesome, that is. And then if we want, let's say for example, we wanted to go to something dead easy, something dead simple. Robinson's, what is that? I've not got me. Is that Will or Mike Robinson? It's Mike, that, isn't it? All you Robinsons are the same. Will, awesome. Right, so if we go, literally we've clicked on there on mass airflow meter. It tells us, click there for the measurement conditions. Click here to open the scope measurement. Click here to consult the diagnostic information. So that gives us, diag information for that. Brilliant, yeah. Because I mean, this is I think this is the original from the vehicle. So the wire colours, and it even shows you. So like your negative for your scope goes to battery ground, and the red probe, it shows you where to put it. Pin 5, white wire. Job's a good one. Yeah, and then if we click that, yeah, Martin's from GMTO. If we click that, there we go. We've got it. So the scope's all set up for us with a known good. With a known good. You can't ask for more than that. It gives you can put notes on it to say like, okay, this is at 2000 RPM, 2800. Yeah, it was brilliant. So you've got a known good off a 4 litre V8 Jaguar S-Type air mass meter, and you've got wiring diagrams, engine management wiring diagrams, and pinouts. I mean, you can't really ask for more than that, can you? So let's say we wanted to go to, I don't know, anything. Let's have a look at the fuel pump relay. It shows you where the relay is. Yeah. how to test it. Yeah, and then it gives you connections where, you know, even which pin on the relay to go to for the control side of the relay. Click on there for the scope measurement, and it's already set up for you. And then you've got obviously your known good here, which is obviously it's just battery voltage, and you can turn it on or off. So that's one signal, and it tells you on pin 5 where to connect it. Pin 1, pin 3 tells you exactly where to connect it and what to do. Martin, I think it's a yearly subscription, I think, mate. It's a yearly subscription. So let's have a look at APP. Bearing in mind this is for an S-type Jag, a 4 litre V8 S-type Jag. One of the hardest cars to get decent information for anyway. So continuous measurement, it tells you where to go, what to pin into. Absolutely, you know, it shows you the wire colours, it shows you where to put your probe. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the dongle, again, the dongle's the same setup as the Diag Assistance software. The software goes wherever the dongle goes. So you download it and then activate it using the dongle. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. How's everybody finding the audio? Is the audio okay? Merc and BMW. Let's have a look. Awesome, brilliant. No, so brands. Let's have a look. BMW. Well, he said Merc first, so let's have a look at Merc. Mercedes. Let's pick, I don't know, something that we'd see a lot of. A 204 C class. Let's see. So let's see, W204 with a C250, that's probably a popular one, isn't it? 2008 onwards. Component measurements, so there's no wiring diagrams for this particular car, but it gives you component measurements. Has it got cam and crank? Let's see. No cam and crank for that one. So let's go back. James is in now, so up James. So let's have a look at another Merc. Let's have a look at another Merc. Let's look for... Actually, let's try 211. Let's try 211, see what's in there for a 211. Yeah, I think Martin, I think that's right, yeah. James is in the house. Good evening, James. You know what, I would love to do a course, never mind anybody else. I'd love to go on a course to use this properly because I really am a novice on it. E220. There doesn't seem to be a lot of information for the Mercs, to be honest. No good for that one either. So let's have a look at BMW. Yeah, I'd love to do a training course to learn how to do this. Yeah, you can share your known goods, and apparently GMTO are they're very good at getting your known goods if you want one. And if there isn't a known good, it says be the first, which is quite good. So let's go for a 1 series. Let's try an E88 1 series. Yeah, we got a bit more information on this. So let's have a look. M43. No good for that either. Yeah, I don't know about the money side of it, Sandy. I've had it less than a year, so I wouldn't actually know, mate. I would imagine it'll be the same. No good for that. So it does seem to be a bit weak on the German stuff for some reason, for known goods. What else have we got? Let's try a Ford Mondeo. Ford Mondeo. Plenty of information in here. Let's have a look. Got wiring diagrams. Oh, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's quite a few of us now in the country using the TiePie scopes, but there's nowhere in the UK doing training for TiePie. Not that I know of, anyway. So again, vehicle specific, tells you where to connect it and that. I think as the popularity gets more and more, then there'll be more and more stuff included. But GMTO, they've got a massive database apparently. Alpha, let's have a look at Alpha. Wrong one. Let's have a look at Alpha. See what's in here. Something nice. Giulietta. Lovely cars. 1.6 JTD, that's quite a popular one. So the Alpha JTD's got a known good. So I think, like I say, everybody's telling me that if there isn't a known good, the database is actually quite big. So would imagine you'd only really have to request it. DTC information, look at that on a Giulietta. So let's have a look. Something that you'll never ever see on it. PO 340. 34. Let's have a look. Let's see what it comes up with. We've got lots of codes there. So 340, it gives you the description. It gives you a wiring or a layout of it. Tells you whether it's a pull up or a pull down sensor. So that tells you how to. Colin, I would struggle using this scope without the ATIS software. But only because I've been a lifetime Pico user. So I really do depend on the ATIS software. But for somebody that's not used Pico all the working life, I've been told it's very, very intuitive. And looking at this Atis software, if you've got that, it doesn't matter. It holds your hand. It holds your hand a lot more than the Pico stuff does. Yeah, we can do that. We can have known goods on that. But the best thing to do would be to send it to GMTO and ask them to include it on the next update. We've got a special request. What have we got? What have we got request? Yeah, the presets are just brilliant. It's like that there. We've put a DTC in. It's give us a circuit drawing, a schematic, and it's telling us whether it's a pull up or pull down. So we've got 343. It's just brilliant. It's really, really good information. Really, really good information. And again, wiring diagrams. Wiring diagrams for a Giulietta. Genuine wiring diagrams at that. That'd be awesome. We can soon get a training venue. We've got a possible training venue very, very close to an airport. Is Tommy in here? Hey, Tommy's in here. Tommy, why aren't you a blue sword, mate? Blue wrench. Tommy. Tommy. There we go. Tommy gets a blue wrench as well. Blue wrenches for everybody. Yeah, so we've got a possible training venue near to an international airport. So let's get a training day going. I'd love it. I'd love to be able to use this to become a power user using this, rather than stumbling through. Yeah. Stephen, I'm sure there will be a purchase option for you in Australia, mate. It's just, I would imagine it'll just be the shipping and the taxes that'll be the killer. There you go. Darren's in the house, and Darren's saying he can pick the Dutch guys up. 1 hour flight from Amsterdam. Vauxhall. Let's have a look at Vauxhall for you. Vauxhall, so that'll be Opel on this, won't it? Something that we never ever see a lot of, Astra H's. Let's have a look. Oh, there you go. There's your coverage for the Astra H. Oh, there you go, Stephen. Tommy's saying that there's a distributor in New Zealand. Look at that. That's not bad coverage, is it? That's not bad coverage at all. ABS, all sorts in here. AC and engines. Let's have a look. Z17 DTL. Tells you where to measure it, where to connect it. Oh, we've got even more. We've got more diagnostic information there. And there we go. Known good. Known goods built into the software. How good is that? Oh, Jamie, imagine that. We get Brendan, Seamus, Tommy, Dan, Martin, Hendri all in the same room. How awesome would that be? We'd soon learn, wouldn't we? That's what you call a proper weekend's learning, that is. That would be a proper weekend's learning, all that. Because I tell you what, compared to the Pico, this I don't know. It's pretty. It's really nice. No noise, none of this bloody 50 hertz nonsense when you're out in the middle of a field. Oh, definitely, yeah. James, yeah. James, have you got Atis Pro? Yeah. Awesome. Wow, I tell you what, that's a proper classroom, isn't it? Get all us in that same classroom. Oh wow, that would be a weekend, that. And I tell you what, imagine that. Imagine the what we could do with the social media on that. If we get everybody looking at this, be awesome, wouldn't it? We get everybody pounding the social media with this. That would be like a media extravaganza. Joe, I don't know, mate. No, I know I've got one. I know you've got one, and James has got one. So, oh, how awesome would that be? So what else have we got? Look, we even got more wiring diagrams. And the good thing about this is you don't need internet for it. Diagnostic measurements. Where was that, mate? This one. So there we go. So we can look at. He is a legend. That guy's forgot more than I'll ever know. So let's say we wanted to look at a running test. Inductive sensor or Hall sensor. Let's go Hall. Teeth pattern. Start the engine, allow it to idle. It tells you where to connect it. So channel 1 looks like on the crank sensor, channel 2 on the injector. Fire it up, gives us a known good. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Sets the scope up for you and gives you a known good. You can't argue for that, can you? Better than Pico, I'd say. Scope wise, it would be entirely down to personal preference. It's a rival, and it's a competitor, and it doesn't suffer with noise, and it's a truly differential scope. Even the attenuators are differential on it. The quality of the scope's absolutely awesome. Astra K, I don't know whether it'll have a lot of the newer stuff in yet, mate, but we can have a look for you. So it's got the diesel version in, because obviously they'll see a lot more diesels than anything. So what's it got for the? It's got wiring diagrams for an Astra K. You got wiring diagrams for an Astra K. You can't even get them off all data just yet. I gave my Pico away and bought. I gave my Pico away, mate. I had a brand new 4425, and I raffled it off, didn't I? And bought the TiePie scope with the ATIS software. And this, I'm telling you now, my TiePie scope does not come out unless the sun is shining. Yeah, truly differential. Yeah, it does not come out unless the sun is shining. There's no way I'm getting this wet. The channels are independently isolated, and what they've also got, this has got a safe ground feature as well, where you can, you're guaranteed not to be able to short circuit your scope. And also differential means that instead of referencing battery negative, let's say you've got an injector or something like that, instead of referencing battery negative, you go one side, a 2-wire injector, you put a probe, so you put the positive lead on one side of the injector, the negative lead on the other one, and you actually get the full picture of all the work that's been done then on the thing. Yeah, the software. This just had a big update yesterday. I was on v6.01 and now I'm on v6.02. So yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Look at that wiring diagrams from an Astra K. You can, like I say, you can't even get them off All Data at the minute. And there was more, wasn't there? There was. We want to wire it, yeah. So there's just engine there at the minute, I think, isn't there? But it gives you fuse numbers, pins. Look at that, it even gives you voltages. Gives you what to expect on the wires. Like that there. I would imagine these are going to be cam and crank, or maybe 2 camshaft sensors. Yeah, it tells you which wire is the 5 volt, which wire is the signal, and which wire is the ground. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, the Pico physically, the scope is they're very, very similar. I would have to no, mate. The software works independent of the scope. It'll run in demo mode. So like if I've actually got my scope plugged in now, but if I had it unplugged, it just asked me to pick a demo scope. Oh, 2 weeks, another update. Wow, awesome. And for the price, I mean, what was it? What was the price? It was pennies. It wasn't. So that's for UK guys. So the Pro version there, 358 quid. It's absolute pennies just for the wiring diagrams. Wiring diagrams and the known goods. What a database that is for 350 quid. The kits, what a great question. So again, UK. I've got Ryans up here as well, so we can have a look at the. So this is the like the starter kit, and that's 1800 quid. Absolute bargain. Yeah, absolute bargain now. Yeah, the demo software for the TiePie scope, it's a free download. Yeah. But like Dan says, the good thing is it actually shows you. If you go onto my like video playlist, there's one there that I've liked, and it's ABS sensor, how to test the ABS sensor where the signal rides on the positive on the ABS, and how to connect the scope to do that. And Ryans Automotive did that one. Have a look on my. In fact, I've got it here. Where's the link to it? Where's the link to it? Yeah, have a look at this video. This is absolutely awesome. This is the power of this scope. You know, like normally you'd have to be using like microamps clamps and all that. And it shows you how to get a proper signal just using the scope, just using the voltage probes. It's brilliant. So that's the UK price. I think that's for the 1 gig sample one, the one I've got. Then Ryans as well. That's the base kit from Ryans. In euros. That's the software from Tommy. That's the software from Ryans. These are brilliant. These are some of the nicest, but let me show you these back probes. I've actually got some of these. Just hang on a minute. Where's my back probes now? Let me have a look. Let me put my camera on, then you can see these. I don't know whether you can see. Oh God, bloody hell! I look tired. Could do with the day off. Look at these here. Can you see? Where's my camera? They're really, really good. Flexible. They're awesome. They are awesome back probes. They really are. They're really good probes, them. Really, really good probes. These are from Tommy from TFA Solutions. The address is there up on the top. I'll put it in chat for you. Yeah, really good. What else have you got? Let's have a look here now. Yeah, that's the one I've got. There you go. So you get 20% discount on ATIS when you buy the scope as well. Your screen's blurred. Is everybody else's screen blurred, or is it okay? Awesome, get them up, Sandy. Let's have a look at that. Help, Bert. Yeah, it's blurry for me because I've not got my glasses on. Yeah, it's blue, and I've put the monitor on enhance as well, so it should be really high resolution. RFS 400, what's that, mate? I don't think I've got that. Let's have a look. What's RFS 400? Oh, is this the diesel leak off thing? It is, isn't it? Is that the one for doing? It is. That's the one for doing the leak off measurements electronically. I've got some here as well. Well, I did have. Sam, I don't know where I've got. I don't know where I've put them now. Don't know where I've lost my glasses. I've lost 2 pairs. Jamie, yeah, they do. Let's get that back up for you. There's some good information there. You can get all the kits like this. Let's go back up here onto. We use Ryans. It don't matter because we're looking at the software, not necessarily the scopes. Well, that's what we want, oscilloscopes. Have you got one? To be honest, I try not to do a lot of leak off tests unless I really have to, because it's very, very intrusive, isn't it? And a lot of them now, they have pressure in the return system, like the Mercs and stuff like that. It's an absolute nightmare, it is. Leaking injector, did you not work on Reynolds? Yeah, so like you've got all the different sets. Set A comes in a case, you can just buy the case on its own. Set B's got all the clamps in it, and then set C. I must admit though, the demo one that Ryan sent me, that come all, so literally you've got your, let's show you this case. It's really good how it all goes together. I'm going to say there must be something Fiat or French there that pictures. Yeah, so if you look at all the foam's cut out, and your scope mounts here on the underneath of that tray, and that tray's on ratchets, and then you put your laptop on that tray. So where that book's resting now, your laptop actually fixes to that tray. Your scope's underneath it with your leads already attached, and then all your accessories in it. It's absolutely, it's awesome. But for me, it's oh, there you go. So if you want it, Tommy can supply it. It's brilliant. But for me, I don't like things in boxes. I like me tools out where I can get at them easy, and I like me leads hung loose. So yeah. Yeah. Sample rate, Russ. Me, I don't know, because to be honest, I just stick everything on 1,000,000 samples unless I'm really taking a long capture, and then I'll bang it up. I just put them on one MS, mate. That's my standard default setting. Oh, fish and chips in a box. I had some chips tonight, actually. I had a chippy tea tonight. Yeah, so. Well, this Atis, it's brilliant. It's just an absolute doddle to use. So there we go. Bosch piezo's, 4-cylinder. Let's say return flow 20 millilitres a minute. Tells you how to connect it up. Look at this. Hang on, let me show you this. So there's your scope, but what it also does, it actually gives you flow rates. Yeah. It actually does the flow rates for you. It gives you measurable flow rates, average millilitres per minute. Yeah. How awesome is that? Yeah, that's brilliant, that. Yeah, really good. So there, I've just zoomed in on it, so that actually shows you the measurements being done. Yeah, it is closed. Yeah, so you're not having to worry about bottles filling that, because all the fuel's going straight back down the return line. So it's it's an ultimate test drive tool, isn't it? If you've got something that's losing power at 3,000 RPM, and it's an injector going faulty intermittently, you're never ever going to see that with test bottles. Whereas here you've got an electronic measurement. You've got a measurement that can't really be disputed. Hey up, Cuba's in the house. Hola, Cuba. Wow, we've got some YouTubers in here tonight. Yeah, we've got some YouTubers in here tonight. Steve wouldn't know about that, mate, to be honest. Yeah, I really must admit I'm a noob as far as it comes to the TiePie and the ATIS. There's just not enough hours in my day for me to, I put 10 years into the Pico, so I'm never ever going to be, I'm never going to be as good on this as I would be with it, with the Pico. But I actually prefer this scope. This is my baby, this is. It really is. I love it. So let's have a look at something else. Frequency. Do we want to look at the frequency of a MAF? So what's a MAF going to be? 25 to 20 kilohertz. Tells you where to connect it. Is there any diagnostic information? No, there won't, because I haven't got anything selected. But then it sets that up running for you and gives you a measurement. Right, so I've actually got a test board set up here, so I can actually show you this running. So I can actually, if I start that scope running now, I can change the pulse width and I can increase the frequency. Like I say, it's only a little test board. Let's put it on there now. So what's that measuring now? We're measuring 400 hertz now at the minute. It gives you a visual indication as well. How good is that? How good is that? You can actually do that and then test driving instead of looking at that area there. All you've got to look at is that meter. All you've got, literally. There you go. How about that for a test drive? If you're looking at MAF frequency on a test drive, you can't argue with that, can you? Absolutely awesome. Absolutely brilliant. And not a bit of 50 hertz. Yeah, not a bit of 50 hertz anywhere to be seen. Can't get over that. It's got wiring diagrams for an Astra K. So let's look at this. Is what this? Oh, here's some cent here now. Let's have a look here. See if it's got a known good for a cent. There you go. Single edge nibble transmission. It's even got a known good for you. Yeah, I do. Dan, I definitely need to go on a course. I want to. Oh, look at that! Graph the frequency into a line. Now that will be a good addition. That really will. Tim, TiePie or Pico? It all depends, mate. On for one, whether 50 hertz noise bothers you, and if you want to, you put a probe onto a battery and the line's 2 inches thick, or do you just want, a straight line without environmental noise and environmental factors in it? And do you want the wiring diagrams, the reference, the known good cam cranks and all that, that's not internet dependent? A link for the suitcase, Aspen. I haven't got one for Tommy's, but if you where are you based, Aspen? Are you in Europe or are you in UK? Norway. So Ireland would Ireland be better for you? I know for guys in the UK, Tommy's definitely the man that I would recommend. Tommy is definitely the bloke I would recommend for anybody in the UK. But these guys at Ryans Automotive, they sent me this scope over from Ireland. It was awesome. I know I'm not off air. I'm live. I am live. Try refreshing your screen. I'm still live. Can anybody else see me? Am I still live, guys? Awesome. Brilliant. Okay. God knows what that was. I'm going to say I've not dropped any frames at all. My stream health's brilliant. Yeah, literally, I'm streaming now. This is a really good PC. I'm streaming now, 60 frames per second. My CPU's only on 6%. Right, so what we wanted the case, didn't we? There was the case there. Yeah, so in the UK, Tommy's the man to see. TFA Solutions.co.uk. But if you're in Europe or Ireland, then I would highly recommend Ryans Automotive. Two really good guys. There you go. There's your carry case, Espen. Copy. Hendri, see you later, mate. Thanks for joining in. What's a good way to get into scoping without spending a heap of money? This would be the one I would go for. Get yourself a CarScope Viso for now. Great entry level scope. Any scope's better than no scope. Get yourself a CarScope Viso from Tommy. General scope menu and what measurements are in there. Yes, mate, I can. So we go generic scope. So we've got EMS petrol, diesel, hybrid, brake systems. I'll show you that thing that we were on about before. So wheel speed sensors. Look at this. Left front Hall signal in a positive wire. So this is the stuff where you're on Chevy Nano, microamps clamps and stuff like that. Ryan's doing a really good video on that. Can you see that, or is that a bit small? You want me to just zoom it in a bit for you so you can see it? I don't know whether I can actually. No, it won't let me do it. So it tells you where to put. So channel 1 goes to battery positive. The other side goes on the red wire. The yellow probe channel 2 goes there, reference to battery ground. And look at this. This is absolutely awesome. And that's a known good, a 1 hertz signal off literally off an ABS wheel speed sensor that's riding on top of the DC supply. And what's the difference there? What is that? Let's have a look. What is that? It's in between them. It's awesome. We're talking 300 millivolts. How cool is that? Yeah, Tommy did do a video on it. What's this? Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. It really is. It's absolutely awesome. And it even sets the scope up for you, shows you how to connect it. It's just absolutely brilliant. And literally that there, you wouldn't, if that was on a Pico on a 4425, you would not be able to see that at all. Just refresh your chat, Joe. I'm definitely not dropping any frames, mate. I'm definitely not dropping any frames. Yeah, you can do it with a Pico. The problem is though, you've got to buy a 600 quid microamps clamp. I tell you what we will do. What we need to do is we need Dan to do a live stream like this because he's a power user. Yeah, I'm looking at this from a beginner's perspective. I'm totally unfamiliar with this software. I'm looking at, you know, I'm as green as you guys are when it comes to the TiePie and the ATIS software. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. We'd love to, you know, I'd love to see a power user doing a stream like this and answering all these questions, because I'll be honest with you, I don't have the answer. You know, I don't have the answers for you on this. I'm definitely not an expert on the TiePie scope. But I'll have some of this training. I will have some of this training. Yeah, let's get it organised though. I can't do it January, February, March, April, or November, but any other month's good. Yeah, Dan can diagnose it with us all together. Yeah, and if Dan comes over here, we can all get diagnosed Dan t-shirts as well, can't we? No, they look to be manufacturers, mate. If I'm dead honest, they look to be manufacturers. The manufacturer's wiring diagram. I do, mate. You're right. I need a 20-month. Well, to be honest, people keep saying like, "Oh, afternoon." I'm like, "No, it's morning." Or what day is it? I don't know. Yeah, May sounds good. Yeah, May sounds good. No, mate, not with this. I'm a total noob with this, mate. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Let's have a look at something Japanese. What's Japanese? Nissan's Jap, innit? Let's have a look. I don't know what micro K12 micro. Let's see what there is for them. There you go. We've got wiring diagrams for a K12 micro. And original ones as well. Did I? Oh, awesome. Got a shout out with Keith. Awesome, brilliant. Thanks, Keith, if you're watching this. Yeah, we could do with some shout outs. It'd be awesome, that. Let's get this community growing. Oh, he is, yeah. He'll be doing his Patreon, won't it? I got notified for that before, yeah. Volvo, let's have a look at a Volvo. Love. Let's pick what have we got. Let's see, Volvo V50. Poof, loads of stuff there. No way has that got wiring diagrams for SID. Jesus, it has as well. Wow. You skipped Keith's Patreon class a bit, mate. You can watch this anytime. You pay for Keith's Patreon class. Get yourself over there. Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Get a northern and a southern training going. Yeah, one at DPF Doctor HQ and one at TT HQ. That'd be awesome, that would. XC40. Let's have a look. I don't know. We'll have a look. Volvo XC40. No, it's a brand new car. Even Autodata and ALLDATA haven't got them. No, there's no known good for it. No wiring diagrams. That'd be a bit much to ask, that would. Ford Transit Connect. Like I say, I don't think this would be a replacement for your normal Autodatas and ALLDATAs. It's just an add-on. It's just something else that's there. It's just another tool in the box. It's another 10mm. What did he say? Transit Connect. TDCI with Siemens. Right, so it's not that one. Did he say Transit Auto now? I haven't got my glasses on. Ford Transit Connect. No, there's no Siemens, mate. There's only Delphi there. Nissan Note. Yeah, the idea is not to see what olds there are. It's just it's another tool in the box. Nissan Note 1.2 3-cylinder. Would that be an E11 then? Or an E12? No, there's no 1.2 Note in there, mate. No, there's no 1.2 Note in there, mate. But like I say, the library's massive, so if you want something, just ring them up, request it. No, there's only the 1.5 in there. She's got wiring diagrams. Right. Mate, it's alright, it's only 20 minutes for you, mate. It's 4.5 hours for me. Mind you, that's not a problem in Thunderbird 2. Awesome. Be there in 5 minutes. Let's get a driver. Yeah, you're right there, Martin. They do. Nissan use a lot of the same. So like the Elmiras and all that, they all had the same, didn't they? Oh yeah, chippy dinner. We like chippy dinners. Yeah, so let's have a look. I don't know, let's have a look at something in the diesel. Let's have a look. Pump injector actuator. Let's have a look. There's a lot of stuff in here. EGR coolers, water pumps, electric water pumps, active engine mounts, glow plug. There we go. Known goods for you. How awesome is that? Really impressed. I am really impressed. I tell you what, let's get this training course organised. I'm really interested in that. So let's have a look. Renault. Je ne parle pas français, monsieur, pardon. So let's see, what's a small Renault? Yeah, we've got the 1.2 there. Oh, there you go, the 0.9 TCE. Is that the one you're on about? Install process for this, it's dead easy, mate. It really is easy. You just follow the links on the software. No, I haven't, mate. I've not looked at the hybrid side of things. The install's dead easy. I've made a mistake yesterday. My PC's one of them that turns the USBs off. Let's see if it's got a known good. No known good for that. Data login, look at that. We can just do whatever we want, random. Set so a random 4-channel scope, and then you can just do whatever you want with it. And then the great thing about it is, and I'm really not used to doing it yet, but you drag your channels down into your data collector. Obviously these have already got data collectors on them, but you drag them down in and then drag it across onto the screen, and you can actually choose what you do with each channel. Arjun, you're probably right, mate, but I've not got my glasses on. I've lost my glasses since I've come in, since I started streaming. I can't find them and I'm really struggling to see. Yeah, that's it. But the software is also free. The actual TP or TiePie software is a free download. You can look at it in demo mode, and that's obviously that's included with the ATIS as well. So literally just follow the link and put the disc in, and it does it. It does it all for you. It's dead easy. Yeah, math channels are up here. Look at that. Even you know, they've even got them there. Channel 1 and Channel 2. Channel 1 minus Channel 2. Channel 2 minus Channel 1. So not even any formulas for the most basic ones. It's brilliant. Yeah. Absolute bargain. And like I say, it doesn't. For me, you seriously, I'm looking at this scope as if I'd never used one in my life. It's such a totally different experience to Pico, and I can manage using the ATIS software. You know, I can manage for literally most tests that I want to do. The input outputs here, so with a right click on that, so we can do game, we can add them together, multiply them, square root of them, differentiate logs, we can put a filter on it if we want to. So if we want to add a low pass filter there to channel 1, all I do would do that, then drag that down onto the low pass filter and then drag that over onto the screen, and there you go. And that's, you know, it's on the screen now, an separate, you know, a separate thing. It's and like I say, I'm a very basic user. It calculates crankshaft angle. It puts a little thing up on here, and you can actually tell piston position and everything. It's, you know, it's really. What's that one? Yeah. So can analyzers, duty cycle, so you can put a duty cycle. It's like that there. I tell you what, if I close that, start. Let's just go in a generic scope. Let's look at data login, 2-channel measurement. Open my scope. Alright, so there's my basic bog standard scope. Add duty cycle. Drag that down onto there. Drag that across onto there. Start the scope running. And it's actually measuring the duty cycle now. So your purple trace now is actually measuring the duty cycle. I've got it on glitch mode as well at the minute. Yeah, let me turn that on. There we go. So it's actually measuring the duty cycle now, 25%. And then if I want to, I can actually put a measurement screen up on that as well. It's awesome. What was that? Not channel 1. Well, it was measuring something then. What was it measuring then? Yeah, it was channel 1. It was channel 1, wasn't it? Yeah, there you go. Let's change my toolbar. Let's just go back onto my default one. Delete that. Delete that. Duty cycle. There you go, so it's actually measuring duty cycle of my waveform now. Awesome. I drag the data collector onto the graph, not the channel. Oh right, there you go. So we'll put a data collector now onto there like that. Nah, I don't know. No, I don't know, mate. Don't know how to do it. There you go. Loads of clicky clickies, 2 green, there you go, that's it. That's better. See what we're doing now. Oh, battery's just gone on my test board now. Brilliant. The greatness of live TV. Battery's just gone on my test board. So let's have a look like can here. We showed you this the other day, didn't we? Showed you that the other day. Absolutely brilliant. Duty cycle preset in the scope menu, so we could go scope generic, back, duty cycle. There we go, that's that one. Ground switched. You know, like I say, there's so much to it. So we unplug my scope. Well, there you go. I mean, that's good enough to see, isn't it? So there we go. That's the ATIS software. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. I love it to bits. I'm a complete novice, but I love it to bits. Right guys, I'm absolutely dead on my feet. I'm yawning here. So we shall call that a night, I think. But yeah, we could certainly do with more TiePie users making videos on how to use it, and we should definitely get that training class. But as far as the ATIS software goes, as a standalone reference, there's enough information there to warrant buying it just on its own. And along with, like I say, along with the TiePie scope, I'm a bit clicky at the minute. I'm like I say, I'm not familiar with it at all. But yeah, I really do love it. It's my favourite. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. It's a pleasure. I'm just keeping my promise to you guys. I said I'd do you a video a day and I'm doing it. So yeah. Yeah, head-to-head TiePie versus Pico. I don't think we really want to get into that. We don't want to know which is best, and that I think it's definitely down to personal preference. Yeah, it's your first day back tomorrow, isn't it, Darren? Yeah, per year. Let's just go back onto the website quickly, then everybody can see the costs. So there you go. For the light, it's 134, and for the Pro version, which is what we've been looking at tonight, 358. It's you know, it's been it's well worth the money. Well, in my experience, it is anyway. So in my experience, it's well worth it. So if you buy it from the UK, Tommy's your man. TFA Solutions.co.uk. And in Europe, I would definitely say Ryans Automotive.ie. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So again, guys, thank you very, very much for joining in. It's been a bit of a lackluster stream tonight. I'm very, very tired. I'm worn out. I'm absolutely exhausted. Need to get a brew now and get myself settled. Got a busy day tomorrow. So you guys have been awesome. Thanks for watching.